Won 5 more, including 4 in the last 10 years. Tied for 6th in the Western Conference. Philadelphia, it's the same starting 5 they had Wednesday in a long Post and Drummond jumping it up, and Maxey 0 for 10 the other night from 3. He's been dealing with an injured hand. Drummond with a tip-in off the mat.
Still one of the best we have in this league. Rebounds per minute played.
Steph Curry, by the way, has played in this building 12 times. He has 10 30-point games, including a 42-point game. So he likes to play on the road at Philadelphia. Obviously, a lot of people here just to see him play. Grimes makes it 4-0.
I think that's a welcome sight for Nick Nurse. They're going to need scoring from other sources. Grimes recently had a nice stretch of scoring. Last couple games has been shut down.
George with the interception. Nick Nurse praised his defense of late, even though this team is losing 9 in a row. They have the worst record of any team in the NBA in the month of February, and it's their longest losing streak in 9 years. The year before Joel Embiid actually started playing for Philadelphia. An air ball by George, and then post.
That time by Draymond Green, sliding all the way across the lane to meet Paul George early and force that difficult fadeaway.
Post missed the 3. He was huge off the bench with 18 points on Thursday. Catch and shoot, Curry, good! He was 8 for 8 against Philadelphia from three-point land in the meeting in January. Drummond fouled on the other end by Draymond Green.
Yeah.
8 threes per game. If he finishes atop the leaderboard there, it'd be the 12th time in 16 NBA seasons. And remember, he basically missed almost a full year. Starter now with Joel Embiid, done for the year, medically unable to play. He'll miss the rest of the season. Here's Podziemski on the drive. Curry being shadowed by Maxey off ball. Moody driving and challenged by Drummond. George comes out of there with it. Sixers with Maxey giving it up to George. Couldn't make that one though. And it was the 3 by Curry. The two teams, they combined 3 for 15 so far. George from deep, and Paul George, despite played better in the last week or so.
Yeah, it's just been a rough year for him to really get going. He's dealt with a lot of different injuries, and it's had a very difficult time maintaining consistency or any to improve now that you know Joel Embiid is not going to be out there.
Curry with the air ball. George lost it on the other end. Lands on the leg of Draymond Green. Green a little slow to get up. Holding his low back. Post in the lane. Gets it to roll home. See Draymond still wincing and picking
the floor and seeing that opening in the lane to get all the way to the rim. Normally more of a catch and shoot 3.
He's now missed 11 straight threes. Moody sneaking down court and found by Draymond Green, and then a foul on Paul George. Now a technical on George because he'd been.
And then in frustration just throws the basketball at the feet.
Philly with an early 2-point lead. Great hesitation that time by Grimes, and he gets in the lane and scores with the left hand.
Boy, you are not kidding when it instead gets all the way to the rim.
Now the Warriors a little sloppy early on. That's one of the issues of not having Jimmy Butler, has really been a stabilizing force. Here's Moody. Reverse layup is good, and a foul on Drummond. A chance at a 3-point play for Moody.
Different types of surgeries with different and varying degrees of time he's going to miss. Certainly, that never was, Dave. That's really what this was for Joel Embiid. At no point was he right, and finally it got to the point where he's just going to have to shut it down.
Experts to determine the exact treatment plan and the best path forward for his long-term health. Nick Nurse, though, said that Embiid didn't suffer any setback.
That was in the act of shooting.
Yeah, so did Steph Curry and Steve Kerr, both looking pretty incredulous at this in what they are looking for in terms of the gather and when they go up to release the basketball.
Curry now with 6 points, first lead for Golden State. Back to Philadelphia to finish that point. There are a lot of people that just say, forget about this year. But look, Philadelphia is 2 games out of the 10th spot, and there are jobs at stake for a lot of people in the organization, one would imagine. So is it easier now if you're a player or a coach as Grimes hits a 3? Obviously, you're without one of the best players in the league.
Going forward, you're not constantly looking for that guy's return. This is now what you have going forward. And Dave, look, this is a veteran team as Steph Curry hits another one. He's starting to really hunt shots right now. It's a veteran team, and you've got scoring at the top of your roster, so I think Nick Nurse wants to go out there.
Edwards with the basket, ties it at 17, but Philly doesn't get back on defense, and Payton with the layup.
Yeah, major breakdown there. Tatum back on that last attempt, and Golden State with their easiest one of the night.
Foul called on the Warriors on the other end, and Oubre at the line. Take a look at the upcoming national TV schedule, brought to you by ESPN Bet, the official sport. And the Clippers are in Phoenix. Golden State and the Clippers are tied right now for 6th. Top 6 means you avoid the play-in series, though. They're 0-3 against the Clippers. They will play the last day of the regular season, but LA would have the tiebreaker. Golden State made 6 of its last 7 shots. Looney driving, and the shot rolls down for Kevon Looney on the baseline against Yabusele.
Range pull-up baseline jumpers I've ever seen Kevon Looney shoot.
Maxey floater, no. Maxey yet to score. 0 for 4 from the floor. Curry pulls up from 30 feet. Around and down for Curry. His third 3. 12 points in the first quarter.
And another great bounce for him. He saw a couple of those the other night in Orlando. He is absolutely starting to get lathered up and feeling it. And look how far out now Philadelphia's defense has to extend as he comes over half court.
Grimes feeling it as well. 4 of 4, 2 of 2 from 3. He's got 10. Curry coming off the screen. Great pass with the left hand. Count the basket for Payton and 1. What a toss, though, by Curry. His third assist.
Yabusele's going
to a fan.
Curry most nights is the focal point, but especially now, and creating a lot of offense with his finds as well as his shot making.
Yabusele's 3 no good. 5 for Philly. The rest of the Sixers are 4 of 17. Paul George 1 of 3. Maxey 0 for 5. Curry going to sit the final 2 minutes here, the opening quarter, and it.
Warriors, and it's all just IQ, help defense, communication, individual lockdown ability on isolations, you name it. Jimmy Butler has brought it to this team defensively.
And how about just getting to the free throw line? Something Steph Curry talked about, or excuse me, Steve Kerr and Steph Curry both talked about a lot, even before the Butler trade, as Yabusele goes to the line. They were 27th in the NBA in free throw attempts and last in free throw, who's been to the line more than 10 times per game since joining the team. In honor of our Hispanic fans, we designed warm-up shirts and in-arena festivities. Both free throws go for Yabusele. Here in the NBA since 2019 when he was with the Celtics.
All things considered for Nick Nurse, this is a good start. Tyrese Maxey hasn't scored. Steph Curry's hot, and you're only down 4 points.
Knox 3, not there. Pick just signed his second 10-day contract with the Warriors, so getting some minutes here in the first quarter. And Yabusele, who had scored the last 5 points for Philly, missed that free throw. And the game is tied at 30.
Sixers zoning up here for this last possession. Not a lot of shooting right now on the floor other than Buddy Hield.
Santos fumbles it momentarily. Timer at 3. Santos in the paint. Floater short. The tip won't fall. And the quarter comes to an end. Steph Curry
building off momentum from that 56-point performance.
It's always nice to see the ball go in. You try to carry that confidence for sure, but
the offense.
They didn't really have a focal point, and Draymond Green was on the bench as well. And at least here you can see Draymond Green can facilitate from the top of the key with his passing. So when he was off the floor, in addition to Curry at the end of that quarter, much.
That's his second personal. Warriors have won 5 in a row. That ties a season. And they were getting into a groove with their starters. We touched on this in the open, about 33 different lineups, second most in the league to the 76ers. And they had gone 4 straight games with the same starting 5. And then obviously with Butler out, a different lineup tonight with Post at center. And now we got a foul called on Post. That's his first on the Warriors here in the quarter.
Points. They needed all of those to escape that with that win in Orlando. They also don't win the game without Quentin Post's 18 points at a critical time in the game when they were down 15.
fourth-year player from Rhode Island on his fifth NBA team. That gives Philly the lead. Podziemski comes back, ties it up, and will have a chance at a three-point play. Edwards picks up his third foul. For Butler, 13 points per game. He was under 10 prior to that. And he gets the free throw. Golden State back up one.
No Tyrese Maxey, you know where this is going to go. Paul George is going to be the guy everything is going to run through right now. We'll see how he's able to manipulate the defense. Nice move there, but can't convert on a little 6-footer in the lane.
George 1 for 4 so far. Post with Green finding him, and Post knocks down the three-pointer. He's made 32 now on the season. Second-round pick by Golden State this past summer.
41.
His second shot attempt, no points. He does have 4 assists so far. Doughton driving on Knox, kick out. Yabusele stopping at the elbow. Doughton steps back. Now Walker, Lonnie Walker recently signing with Philadelphia, had been playing in Lithuania. It's his 4th game with the Sixers. Yabusele swishes home the 3-ball over Green. Golden State running quickly, and Green throws it away. That's
bothered him on that shot.
Got 9 points in 8 minutes off the bench. Walker catch and shoot. Good on the triple. Lonnie Walker from deep, and Philadelphia retakes the 2-point lead early in the second quarter. And a timeout by Steve Kerr. The Sixers have 7 threes, 6 twos.
Of time, and then he started grabbing his elbow after that and headed back to the bench and put that heat wrap on it.
In the first meeting in January, he had a right wrist injury, but it didn't impact him. He went 8 for 8 from 3. 8-0 run by the 76ers over the last 3 minutes. And now Curry heads to the scorer's table. Green stopped his dribble. Got to give it up. Shot clock at 7. Moody gets to the basket, blew the layup. Golden State shooting 40% as a team. Walker driving on Spencer. Spencer, who grew up in Pennsylvania, about 27 miles from downtown Philadelphia, played collegiately at Northwestern, also was a great lacrosse player. Here comes Paul George. Just 1 basket for George on the night. Oubre tried to dunk it, but fouled. He'll shoot 2.
You can see why the Warriors.
There's 3 different Warriors with 2. Post, Green, and Looney. 3 bigs. Tomorrow
for Anthony Edwards and the Timberwolves here headed down the stretch.
So as the Warriors drought hits 4 minutes and 20 seconds, Curry returns along with Looney and Payton behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Curry coming off his 14th career 50-point game. 7 of those, by the way, have been in February. 2 have been on February 27th. Curry finds Spencer, and an air ball.
They average about 12 made a game on the year. They're 26th in the league in 3-point percentage. So this is an uncharacteristically hot night for the Sixers to this point from the 3-point line.
Lakers have a 6-point lead. Maxey fires to Oubre, tries it again from the other wing. Kelly Oubre back-to-back 3 balls, and it's the largest lead for Philadelphia tonight.
By Tyrese Maxey from the right wing to that left corner.
Curry behind the back, and then the kick out, and Spencer can't pay it off. Just grazed the rim on that trip. Maxey and George have combined for 3 points, but Philly is in command right now, and Oubre fouled, shooting a 3. That's the first on Payton. Monitor here just to look to see if he indeed fouled Oubre, and now he's making his way over to some soda here. I thought maybe he was looking for that, but then he was checking out the monitor. Oubre 5 of 6 at the line. Missed that one. He's got 13 points, though. Ball knocked out of bounds.
He's going to be very active, I think. Great job right there, though. And again, that's created by Curry off the ball with that back screen and end up with 2 defenders on you. And a
9. Maxey looking for his first points. 0 for 5 from the floor. Feeds Drummond, who puts it home. Driving on Oubre. Oubre hits the deck, and no basket. It's an offensive foul on Curry. His first personal.
Steph wants them to take another look at that.
Maxey miss. He's 0 for 6. Curry catch and shoot in transition, and he hits the deck after missing the 3. The putback is good by Payton to keep that alive. And a timeout by Philadelphia.
And Tyrese Maxey yet to get on the board.
Here's George, in and out. And even with a 9-game losing streak, they're 2 games out of 10. And it's not like they're battling with teams that have championship rosters in Chicago, Brooklyn. Now Miami, as Oubre blocked it. Clean block. It was not a goaltend. But they do have Paul George and Maxey. Decent surrounding cast, including Grimes, who's 6 of 6 from the floor and 3 of 3 from 3. Curry gets down the lane and his 2 baskets here in the second quarter.
This Philadelphia 76ers making 10 threes in a half, so this is a little bit different. These are the shots that you want the Sixers typically to take, but they've gotten loose on them.
Grimes, nice pass. Oh, Draymond Green looked like a clean block initially. The foul was called by Derek Collins, the official on the near hash mark. That's
that third, very important for them.
Hotels.com halftime coming up with Malika, Stephen A., Perk, and Bob Myers. Going on in the NBA tonight. Curry coming off the screen. Fakes, drives, throws it up, and fouled. He'll shoot 3. Nick Nurse upset with the call. Grimes picks up the foul.
And Nick Nurse is enraged because he thinks Steph Curry.
And we're waiting to hopefully get that explanation as to why.
I'm not sure about the travel or if he stepped out of bounds, but I do know that was a foul on Quentin Grimes for reacting to that up fake as Curry was trying to get off the floor. Everyone's trying to figure out what exactly was going on. A lot of conversations taking place on different areas.
40 seconds to go. Philly looking for a 2-for-1. Grimes on the step back. High arcer, no. The tip is good off glass by Drummond. Golden State looking for a 2-for-1. Curry moves to his left. Lets it fly. Front rim, no. Drummond rebounds. And nobody down court for the Warriors. An easy dunk for Grimes.
It ground around the three-point line. It took off when that ball came off the glass.
Curry off the screen, doubled immediately, fires underneath, and Looney hammered by Paul George. That's large. Looney will go to the line. But how about Andre Drummond? 10 points.
Philadelphia goes up 11.
And Looney gets the bounce on the free throw. And Curry's going to go to the bench here for the final 3.3 seconds. With 19 points, 6 of 11, 3 of 7 from 3, 4 assists, 3 rebounds.
And I think Steph talked about in his interview at the end of the quarter the impact of Jimmy offensively not having it. You're seeing it really defensively in this half. Hey, getting going.
Grimes with 1, gets a good look, and he drills it, swishing home a 3. He goes 8 of 9, 4 of 4 from 3 in the first.